Hello people, I'm the Comic Book Gamer, and today I'm going to talk about who I think would win a fight between Batman and Spider-Man, because I see this matchup a lot online, a lot of people just giving their opinions on who they think would win, so today I thought I'd give my opinion. So let's get into it. Starting off with comparing their sort of arsenals, their gadgets and everything. Now, Spider-Man generally doesn't carry around a lot unless he's like got a plan or something. Generally, it's just his web fluid and his web shooters, and that's kind of it. And he's got a spotlight camera, That's pretty much it. Now, Batman has anything under the sun in his belt, literally, because it's how the writers write him. They just have him to where he has whatever he needs for the current situation. Yes, it's BS, but that's how it works. Like, whatever the current situation is, he has what he needs in his belt most of the time. So, yeah, kind of anything. Not really easy to cover what Batman has. So, as far as gadgets goes, obviously, Batman has the edge, but that doesn't put Spider-Man at disadvantage because Spider-Man doesn't need it like Batman does, considering the fact that Spider-Man does have his powers, to where Batman obviously does not. Batman has no powers, but Spider-Man's powers, let's talk about that real quick. Now, he's got a strength which is a lot more than people think, because as far as Spider-Man's strength goes, it's not displayed a whole lot, because he's not that type of character. He's not the type of character that needs to go and, like, punch through a wall and punch a guy through a bunch of buildings. He's not that character, although he does have that type of strength. Now, he's not, like, at the high, he's not, like, Superman level strength, but he is a lot stronger than people think, and could definitely KO Batman in one punch if he wanted to. I fully believe that he's got that strength. And the most interesting aspect of his powers to me is his spider sense, because a lot of people have different levels to what they think his spider sense work at. Some people think you can't hit him at all. Spider sense rules all over. That's what I see the most from like big hardcore Spider-Man fans, as far as like on forums and stuff, is like, oh, Batman would stand a chance purely because of the fact that Spider-Man's got spider sense. Even if Batman had a plan, Spider-Man could could get away from it because of spider sense, except for the fact that that does not add up. If you look at Kraven's Last Hunt, which is my favorite Spider-Man book, Kraven dismantles Spider-Man with a plan, and his spider sense had like no effect at all. His spider sense was just destroyed. Kraven was able to plan around his spider sense. He hit him with a dart gun that just knocked him out for a long time. So yeah, you can plan around that. It's not easy, but you can get past it. Also, he does get hit all the time. It's not like you can't land a punch. He has been hit, and I fully believe Batman could land a punch on him. Now, it would not be easy as it is for Batman to land a punch on a lot of people, but he could do it, and I just wanted to get that out of the way, because a lot of people think Spider Sense is this unbeatable thing when it is not. Yes, Batman would have a hard time with it, but he could still plan around it, or he could still land punches on Spider-Man. So as far as this sort of gadgets powers goes thing, I would say it sort of evens out. I wouldn't really give the edge to either one so far, but let's get into their training. So Batman has been trained by a ton of different people. He was trained by people like Henry Dufcard, David Kane, the list goes on and on. Just the best martial artists in the world Batman was trained by. And then through all that, like all the martial arts he learned, he basically just took it and conformed it into his own sort of style of fighting that works very well and has obviously been very effective for him. As far as Spider-Man, the most notable person he's trained with is Shang-Chi, who's known as the master of Kung Fu in the Marvel Universe. So yeah, not too shabby there. Definitely good training, and I'd say I'd give the edge to Batman just because I don't think anyone's really trained as much as Batman and his martial arts, and just how many martial arts he's learned. It's ridiculous. It's an impossible amount for any real person to ever learn. But I'd say Spider-Man definitely like more than makes up for the lack of training. Even though he's got really good training, I'd give the edge there to Batman a bit. But Spider-Man's powers and everything, and I would say definitely makes up for that little gap that Batman has on him. So yeah, none of this is really like a huge advantage to one or the other. Now we're at the end part, scenarios. The first scenario is going to be they just met and they're going to fight. They don't like each other, no training, they know nothing about each other. Now for this, some people may be like, well, how does Batman even stand a chance at all against Spider-Man? Because Spider-Man is better than him in every single way besides like training in that scenario. That's pretty much it. Besides that, Spider-Man should destroy him. Now, the only the only way I'd say that Batman would stand a chance in this fight is sort of the fact that if you look at these two have both fought Captain America multiple times. Now, I'm not going to talk about the one time that Batman and Captain America fought to where it was fan voted, because that doesn't matter. In that one, Batman barely won by throwing a batarang at Captain America. And that was pretty much it, but it was just fan voted, so I'm not going to talk about it. But there was one time in JLA versus Avengers in this book where they fought to a standstill. They kept blocking each other. They were so evenly matched, and Batman admitted that eventually Captain America would beat him, but it would take a while because Captain America would simply outlast him because of the fact that Batman is a normal human to where Captain America is enhanced. So eventually Captain America would outlast him and beat him. When Spider-Man has fought Captain America, he's been outclassed every time on multiple occasions. Here, he just got destroyed, completely wrecked, like there was no chance for him. And in this fight, the only reason he stood a chance was because of the suit that Tony Stark built him. That's the only reason he stood a chance at all against Captain America. He even admitted it in his head, saying the fact that Captain America would destroy him if it weren't for the suit. So he got completely outclassed by Captain America, and that's not because of powers, because I'd say Spider-Man is definitely stronger than Captain America. As far as speed and reflexes, they're pretty much even, but Captain America is such a better fighter. That's why he's able to simply just outclass Spider-Man. Like, they're not even on the same level. So, as far as that goes, that's the only reason I'd say Batman stands a chance. Now, in this 1v1 scenario where they know nothing, no planning at all, know nothing about each other, I would say Spider-Man still wins it simply because of the fact that Batman knows nothing about him. Going into this fight, Spider-Man would dismantle him. I wouldn't say it's like it wouldn't be like the easiest fight in the world for Spider-Man, but he would definitely beat Batman in this. Now, this is just scenario 1. So first scenario definitely goes to Spider-Man. I feel like his powers would come out on top. His spider sense would be hard for Batman to counter immediately, and Spider-Man would just end up being able to beat Batman. Now, as for the second fight, this one's where they both have prep time. Well, whatever amount of prep time, go with like a week. I don't think it really matters, but some people in the comments might be like, how much prep time do they have? We'll just say a week of prep time. And this, I feel like Batman would pull out all the bells and whistles. I really feel like he'd pull out like the Dark Knight Returns suit, something like that, and he would end up beating Spider-Man. I truly feel like, even though they're both good planners, like Spider-Man's good as well, I feel like Batman would be able to counter him and figure out, like Kraven, even though in Kraven's Last Hunt, which I mentioned earlier, Spider-Man just got completely destroyed by Kraven. But in that, Spider-Man didn't have playing time and Kraven did, but still, it shows that Kraven completely just messed Spider-Man up, and I feel like Batman's an even better planner than Kraven, and if they both had playing times, Batman would definitely win. I feel like he would definitely find out a way to counter the spider sense and beat Spider-Man. Now, this third scenario I generally do for this is to where neither of them have anything. So Spider-Man, no web shooters at all. In Batman, no utility belt. In this, I'm going to say it's the same outcome as outcome number 1, which is the fact that just Spider-Man destroys Batman. Not immediately. Again, Batman does have the edge on the fact that he is a better fighter than Spider-Man, but in the end, Spider-Man's powers would come out on top. So yeah, I like doing these 3 scenarios because a lot of times, like when Death Battle, if someone else does them, it's like, it's not really fair because you're not playing to like some of the character strengths. Like again, Batman to me would systematically dismantle Spider-Man if they both had playing time. But if neither of them had playing time, they just met and they're deciding to fight, Spider-Man would destroy Batman. So it's not really fair to just be like, oh, Spider-Man would win, oh, Batman would win. No, it all depends on the scenario, in my opinion. So yeah, that's who I think would win. Please let me know in the comments below if you like this video, if you want to see more like this, and if you do, please leave suggestions in the comments for what characters I should do next. Also, I want to know your thoughts on this. Who do you think would win between Batman and Spider-Man, and why do you think they would win? Anyways, please try to keep it civil in the comments, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.
I've been so alone ever since I left the tribe. That's just how it goes, guess I like the lonely vibe. But they'll never know, cause I'm